Hey YouTube, it's Mike here, and today's tutorial is going to be talking to you about how to create your own web page and post it on the internet. Now this tutorial is going to be split into two parts, so I suggest you watch part B after this one. So this program that we're going to be using today is going to be called FrontPage, Microsoft FrontPage, and it's a web editing program. Now you can find this by going to all programs and searching throughout Microsoft Office, or go to Run and type in FrontPage, and then you open it. Now, if you don't have this, you're sort of out of luck for this tutorial, but there are other alternatives. You can also use NotePad to create your web pages, but you won't have as many dynamic effects as you will with FrontPage. So back on topic. Microsoft FrontPage. Now, before you start creating your web page, you're going to want to know some HTML codes. So I'll explain to you a bit about those. When these little brackets here signify that you're going to be entering a command for your web page. So HTML signifies that it's a web page, first of all. The head symbolizes that it's going to be your header, basically your title. Meta name, and meta HTTP is basically a default setting for a web browser. And then there's title, which is new page 1, but it's going to appear up here when you're creating your web page. And then the final touch is where you have the bracket and then a backslash before the wording, which means it's going to stop that command. So overall, it's pretty basic HTML, but you have to get used to it to know it well. So now, what most professionals do before they even start their web page is create a table. So what you're going to want to do is go into Table, Insert, and then Table. Now you can create as many rows and columns as you want. I'll do 3 by 2. And this is very important because you're going to want to set your border size to 0, so that only when you are editing your web page you can see the dotted borders. But when you go into the tab that says Preview down here, you won't see anything. So it's very helpful and it keeps all your work nice and neat. So here, I'll show you an example. Hello, and I don't know, some random words, right? So they're in a table, and when you go into Preview, they're nice and neat, no messy indents or big jumbling everywhere. It's nice and neat. So here, we'll just erase these words. Right, now, the next is dynamic effects. This can really help improve your web page by making it more interesting and dynamically fun for the viewers. So you're going to want to go into Insert, Web Components, and here you have a wide variety of options you can choose from. I'll do dynamic effects first. There's 3 different options here. Hover button, which is basically a button with a special effect, a marquee, and a banner ad manager, which is basically pictures and text. I'll go with the marquee for now. You click Finish, and you type in your text. So, welcome to my site. So, now you can change the direction in which it goes, because a marquee is basically a series of text that goes from left to right or right to left. So I'll keep it at the default setting, and you can even make it scroll or slide, or both at the same time. It honestly doesn't matter. Now you can have the background color for this marquee. I'll keep it at black. And let's say you want to change the font color, style, and size. You go into Style, and another box should appear. You go down to Format, and then Font. Here you can change the font of the color of the text. So I'll choose white. Now you can change the font style. So I'll put it in italics. Change the font type itself and the size. I'll put it at 14 for you guys to see. You click OK. And now here in the normal box, it just looks like Welcome to my site highlighted in black coloring. But when you go into Preview, it's basically Welcome to my site, but it slides from right to left. So it's pretty interesting. I find it's a pretty cool gadget. Now another one of those is Insert, Web Component, and then Hit Counter. This is fairly useful for making websites because you can tell how many people have visited it. Sorry, I'm messing up there. Visit it, and it's pretty helpful, and you can see if your site is being successful or not. Sorry. Right. So we should always save your web page somewhere. So you save it. So then you can preview it in your browser at any time in which you are editing it. So you click Preview in Browser up here, And the basic one is Windows Internet Explorer. It opens up. See, I have nothing on my web page. So right now it's pretty blank, but when you add things to it, it'll look much better. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is music. You can integrate into your web page. So you're going to go into Format, Background, and then the tab that says General. Now you can have the title here. I'll put my web page. So that's going to appear up here. And now the background sound. So you're going to want to choose a location. So you click Browse. And you already have one here. And you click Open. Okay. Now nothing actually happens when you're editing it. But when you go into HTML, you'll have something that says BG source, src. Now you're going to want to take out BG source, BG sound, I'm sorry, and replace it with embed, EMBED. Now you're going to go back to normal, and you're going to get something like this. Just make it small, save your work, and when you preview it in your browser, just a second, it's going to ask you to the ActiveX control. So you're going to want to click Allow Block Content if this pops up for you. And you're going to have basically a miniature Windows Media Player like control to pause, play, and stop your music on your web page. So it's very helpful because most websites, they just have music and you can't stop it, and it basically just drives you crazy. But with this, that's the end of that. You could play it, pause it, and I find it's really helpful. Next, I want to show you, because this white background doesn't look too interesting. So we're gonna go into Insert. Format, Theme, and then on the left here, you're gonna have a bunch of themes you could choose from. So there's Network Blitz, different ones like Watermark. I'll choose Network. I don't know. Okay, you click OK, and as you can see, it's sort of a yellowish integration on the left-hand side, and then white over here. And there's like hundreds of those you can choose from to make your site look what you want it to. So I find that pretty interesting. And also, you can even add page transitions. So let's say you have several pages up here. You can have a page transition for each page that you enter. So you go to Format, Page Transition, and then the event. So when you enter the page, when you exit it, when you enter your site, or even exit your site. So the duration of the seconds, I'll put 2 seconds. And there's a bunch of effects here you can choose from, such as wipe up, circle out. I'll just choose wipe up for now. So let's say I would have several pages here, and I would enter this one. I would get like a wiping out effect when I were to enter this page. So that's pretty cool. Next is pictures and thumbnails. So what you're going to want to do is insert picture, and then you have a bunch of different options here. You have video, word art, auto shapes, but you're going to want to click from file. So you're going to browse through, just wait till my computer kicks in. You're going to browse through your files and try and find a picture that you want.